Alright, this is a 1991 Arctic Cat Lynx 340. I know it says 300, but it is a 340. Single carburetor. Basically the same engine they had in the Pumas, you know, like 95 Puma Deluxe or whatever. Basically just a kid's sled. I think in this era they did have the kitty cat, but this is really like the next step up. You're not going faster than 60. It's just not. You might with the wind at your back kind of thing, but it is a pretty quick sled at, you know, below 30. But once you hit 30, it kind of mellows out pretty good. It is only a 340 after all. This is in pretty good shape. There's no rips in the seat. Lights work, runs good. Shocks in the back actually work on this skid. Pretty impressed with that. Like I said, it's everything works. The only real defect is the nose cone's missing. It's kind of interesting. I've never seen a cat without at least a Speedo, but they didn't even bother putting that on this one. This reminds me a lot of the old 80s Polaris SS's and stuff. You know, it's kind of a reiteration of that. I love the chassis. They're light and they just kind of go. I mean, honestly, I've ridden and grew up on a 340 Puma, and this thing's way faster than a Puma. At least below 30, you know, it's still a 340. You're not going to go like 70, 80, but it's just a little bit easier to control. It's a lighter sled. But I can start it up for you here. I don't know if the previous owner did too much work on it. Did drive it on the lake and all the clutching works, so yeah. Had been sitting for, I don't know, quite a while. So starts good. Idles. Can't say I've seen too many Pumas idle. Really seem to have issues with that. Lights work. Skis have some carbides left, they're not worn through. Brakes lock up the track. Light. That works. Brake light. That works. So really, we've got current tabs. I don't know, there's really not much else to say about it. It's an old beater sled, really. I mean, could use a new windshield, I suppose. It does still work. Oh, spun a little dirt there. But I like the body styles, but I guess it is a 30-something-year-old sled now. 33. Doesn't seem like that long ago, but I guess it is. Hand warmers, I'm not sure. I didn't really, I did try them on the lake. I believe they did work. I can't remember about the thumb warmer though. It is there, so that's the biggest thing. Usually they do work if they're there, but I guess that's still hooked up as well. Otherwise, that's clear and works, and that's a nice little sled. Seat is still just immaculate. There's no hardening on it or anything like that. So I'm pretty impressed at how well this thing is kept for being, you know, 30-something years old. I don't know much about them. You don't really hear much about the Lynx sleds. It's kind of like the Cougar and Bearcats. You know, they're kind of like got the bell curve for the amount of sleds people buy. Low end, people don't buy too many, and like Thundercats don't get too many sold either because they're expensive. It's always the 580s and 550s and stuff like that get sold. So it's just kind of rare to see them, I guess. Not really because they're anything that special. It's just not too many of them out there. Well, I guess that's pretty much all I got to show you on this. I believe the front shocks work too. You know, I always thought it was interesting they had them inside the front. I'm sure you saw when I looked at the hood up, but just all-around interesting sled. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Otherwise, have a good one.